Alright, time for a Mordekaiser game. I will be playing against a Briar here, which should be not that big of a deal. I mean, Briar's early game is gonna have to be something I'm gonna be careful about, but when it comes to like all-ins, I do have Mordekaiser ult, of course. So even though Briar is good at that, with Hail of Blades, generally they tend to also go for the lethality build. Yeah, Mordekaiser ult is really good into that, so I should be okay, I think. But, you know, we'll see. It's gonna be like a high plat rated game, this one, so you guys are aware. And yeah, I'll show you how to play some Mordekaiser. Mordekaiser is like a very strong jungle pick. You don't see it very often, but I mean, obviously your 1v1 potential is insane with like level 6, and your scaling potential is also really good. Plus, you have just a very good clear due to your passive. So there's a good amount of things going for Mordekaiser. The only like real downside, I guess you would say, is the fact that he doesn't have the best gank potential due to not having the best CC. Like if you time your E well, you can definitely make use of it. Obviously with ult, it's just a free kill, but like anything else, it's not really that great. That's like the biggest downside, I guess, about this champion, but even that is not too bad if you have some setup on your side, which I do here for sure. Like Veigar, Stun Cage, Rakan, Renekton, all of those champions will do very nicely in ganks. When you're clearing with Mordekaiser, you don't need a potion. Pretty much all you have to do is just activate your shield right as you're about to get hit, and just take your W second. This, you can technically take your E second if you want. It's more clear speed, because obviously it's an extra damage skill, but your W second allows for no potion, and it gives you, you know, just a full HP clear. Alright. W again. Good. Renekton is pushing top lane quite hard here. Gonna have to probably danger ping him maybe. I think this is definitely looking a little sus there. She could also just go bolt. I still have my extra smite actually. I just realized that I didn't use it yet. Too distracted with other stuff, I suppose. Not a problem. I used it before like the timer went at 2 anyway, so it's not too big of a deal. As long as you use it for good value, you're fine. Ooh, I could in this case actually... could just smite this for speed. I will smite it for speed, and then I'm just gonna see if the Briar wants to take a fight. Okay. I'm gonna send that, I think. Aatrox is gonna check here now, though. Ooh, this is warded. That's unfortunate. I was hoping I would be able to walk into that, but yeah, can't do that apparently. Fair enough. Ooh, wait, you didn't even go for your Gromp? Hello? I hold your E. This is important. If she's gonna try to fight me, she's just gonna die. Like, I don't know what this is, but... I would like to see my Veigar, like, not completely grief me. That would be great. Are you kidding? Like, please, man. Ah, fine. I guess he is too low on HP to really do something there. Briar had, like, 1 health. That sucks. Alright, fair. I guess I overextended. Sure thing. Like, well, that's one of those situations where it's like, if you would just walk up and just throw a single Q, that fight is over. I don't think he had the risk of dying there, because I don't think LeBlanc could have done a whole lot against him. Oh, wait. Woohoo, looking a bit spicy. Yeah, I feel like he had all the room in the world to walk up there, but he just didn't do it. That's okay, though. My Q also barely didn't kill Briar. She must have had like 1 HP left or something. It's unfortunate. But for me, the biggest thing here, like regardless of anything, I'm not losing my clear speed. I'm still catching the respawns of my camp, so like a broad spectrum, I guess you could say. I didn't really lose anything there. Ooh, this guy is just insta going for void grubs. I need to kill this, but I also have to move. She just insta-run for that. Like, she's skipping a tremendous amount of camps to do all this. There is no way, like, Veigar doesn't rotate for this. Like, what is going on here? Alright, Rakan is rotating for this, but my Veigar is not doing that. This guy should be 100% dead. Okay, I don't know what is going on here. Like, how is, like, my team isn't rotating to this faster is kind of a mind-boggling thing to me right now. But, you know, I guess we take those. Good rotation there from the Rakan at least. At least there's that, you know. I'm just gonna say well played, Rakan. That's a good rotation. But, like, the thing here is, right, if I got teleported back, and then LeBlanc's wave was, like, right here, so there's no risk of him, like, getting pressured in under his turret for the next wave, which means he can just instantly move the Void Grubs, no problem. But, like, you know, he didn't do that, which is just a little bit strange to me, I suppose. It's fine. Because we knew for a fact, like, the Briar is on that no-flash Briar, like, it's just a free kill. Oh well. Clear this, keep my jungle tempo up at least. I'm gonna reset here. Interesting. Reset here, and I'll just guess play for Dragon. There we go. Rushing Rylai's as your first item. Rylai's pretty much just allows you to perma-stick the targets. The moment you have Rylai's is the moment, like, every single gank is easy. Alright, blue is gonna get me level 6. Not sure if the Briar is gonna rush Dragon. Based on her playstyle so far, I think it's not unlikely. But, yeah, I'm definitely doing this camp first because hitting level 6 is absolutely huge for Mordekaiser. So, that's what I'm gonna be focusing on. Technically, LeBlanc could be in this bush. At level 6 and scout the dragon. Bolt Scuttle is still here, okay. I think I could just do this, because I should have the priority. I think Briar probably is also a top lane at the moment, based on like her clear pattern. And like the timing she ganked and stuff like that, so that's unlikely for this to be contested. Bot wave priority. I have ult. LeBlanc is going to show up. I really hope he starts walking down here, because I think LeBlanc... Yeah, there is LeBlanc. Just... The fact that he's not in a position to place his stun cage on that is kind of crazy. That's fine. It's yeah, I don't know. It's hard to play with a mid laner that, you know, plays like this, I guess. I don't really know how else to put it. In this situation, I think I can't really gank bot lane, actually. Okay, this is looking like a bot lane gank angle now, because, yeah. Just let them walk up, it's free. Or if Alistar walks the ward, it's also free, because this is not warded currently. Come on, Alistar, you know you want to ward. What is going on here? That's such a waste of my time. They're like... Oh, they're walking up now. This should be free. They ult him instantly. Gonna go for this guy. Oh, you annoying little rat. Oh, and Caitlyn steals my kill too because he CC locks me perfectly. God damn it. Oh, that's annoying. Fair enough. Yeah, let's just clear it and recall. The reason I'm recalling here is because I want to make it to the Void Grub spawn at least. I do have my Rylai's as well, so that is good. With Rylai's there, like, the guy would have died easily as well without CC locking me. Like, he did it really well as well. Like, spacing and CC locking me. It's very good. Which, I mean, he would have died regardless, but it obviously just doesn't land me the kill because Caitlyn lost hit it. Which is not the worst thing. Like, giving your AD carry kill is fine, but as Mordekaiser, you skill extremely well, so that's a big plus. For me right now, I definitely want to look for these Void Grubs. I'm gonna have to hit the plant to see if she's insta-doing it. She is not. Good. Just gonna do Raptors and move for this. My jungle camps are still up at the moment. I probably wasted a bit of time on bot lane, to be honest. I probably should have just cleared my camps instead. But, yeah, no. I feel like this is just a rotation to here. You are not serious. Please, Rakan, kill him. Thank you. I needed to walk the other way. There's nothing else I could have done for you, buddy. I should be able to get this easily. Like, killing their jungler pretty much gives you the objective, so that's good. Nothing to really worry about. Like, my mid laner died again. Support is mid lane 24/7. Sure, buddy. Sure, buddy. It's just gonna be a free kill on Aatrox, if I've ever seen one. Just walk it in as close as possible. Didn't hit that one. Did hit that one, but he's gonna get zoned from the other side now. Gonna have to like space this out a bit. Now he's perma-slowed and he's guaranteed to be dying here. There's nothing you can do. Yep. The second you proc your passive is just GG on that fight. On any gank, really. If you can proc your passive on a target, the fight's instantly done. Because the slow alongside the approach velocity speed up, there's no way they outrun you. It's good though. Caitlyn is also playing well here, generally speaking, that she's not dying to most of this. They are going to get bot turret very shortly here though, but... You know, the Rakan rotations have been very good for the team, and Caitlyn has been, like, surviving for the most part. We do have a lead, so that's good. Could have probably been a bit of a bigger one with a bit more proactivity from my mid laner, but, you know, sometimes happens. It is solo queue after all. Make sure we go for the full clear here, because everything is up. Make sure E second. The blue smite upgrade will be pretty big for me. Also, the dragon will be spawning relatively soon. I think I hit level 9 off of the next 2 camps. Might have to prioritize doing the scuttle over the romp. Because that's a more contested camp, right? Gromp is very defended for me right now. If I'd like to do Gromp first and give her the scuttle, that would not be too great, so I'm just not going to do that. Extend my passive, and then we might be able to dragon. I think Caitlyn has priority, so it seems fair to do dragon here. I'm just going to start it. I think it's fine. Got my passive going still. Alistar is mid lane, but, you know, he's obviously not going to be able to do too much there. Veigar didn't even click ult on that. That's crazy. He doesn't have her smite upgrade. Gonna have to hit Q. Oh my god, that is a bit scary. Good. Pulled her over the wall, hit her over the wall. Not bad at all. The Ziggs bomb combo is definitely scary. That could have absolutely gotten that kill. Gonna make sure that there's nothing going on there. This guy gets lowered, and then all Veigar really has to do is just kill him with an ult. There he goes. I didn't want to give the LeBlanc the chance to return the fight on Veigar there, because she already landed a chain. And if she, like, bursts her combo well, I think she has the potential to one-shot him. To be fair, she doesn't have a completed item, so maybe not. But it's, yeah, it's fine. Because she already used the chain on the other guy as well. Like, she would have to use pretty much everything to dodge me. Like, as you saw, she tried to use all of her skills as, like, mobility to try to avoid me from hitting her, which is completely fine. But yeah, as long as Veigar just uses his brain slightly and, like, plays on the red dot in my ult, all he pretty much has to do out of the ult is just click his ult and the LeBlanc will die anyway. And obviously in this case Q was enough, but I think it makes for the safest way of doing that. Okay. Tad bit aggressive on Renekton's side. That's okay. Riftmaker will be soonish. I have 8 kill participation, which is solid. I am quite strong. This, I need one more camp for my smite upgrade, actually. Going for a Rift Herald now would be extremely greedy. My Renekton is dead, my Veigar is in base. And I don't know where the rest of their team is, so they could all be on, like, around Rift Herald for all I know. So if I would start Rift Herald there, I would be extremely greedy. The likelihood of me dying is extremely high. So that's not something I'm going for. I'm going for my bot lane camps instead here. There's no reason to risk that. I could just go bot lane after this. It's a good dodge. That actually worked for you, really, buddy? I'm gonna hit the clone there to extend my passive. Shield myself. That hits. The perma slowed. They should be dead here. I don't want to let this guy get away. Okay, that's already dead. That's no problem. I was about to ult him, but he already died, so it's not a real issue. This should be good enough. Perfect. Ooh, good juke. Okay, nice. Good, 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 good. Just use my skills, like, very carefully there. Try to play around what mobility she has to try to hit it. And obviously landing your Q on targets one by one will do more damage. As you can see in the skill red, if, like, it hits for 363. But if it's only a single enemy, it hits for 581, which is a big difference. So it allowed me to execute them pretty easily. Time to go take a reset here. We might still be able to play for this Rift Herald. We'll take the Rift Maker here. And then the defensive boots against that team. I don't have that much CC I have to worry about that I don't already have the capabilities of dealing with. So we're going to go for steel caps. And I think healing reduction is very good against this team. So I'll buy this thing. It's good against Aatrox and against Briar, so the healing reduction from this is going to be a great pickup right now. Could potentially upgrade my Dark Seal into a Magize too. Still have like about 2 minutes to clear this Rift Herald, so I'm going to clear my topside camps first. But yeah, picking up this Bramble Vest right now just for a bit of healing reduction against like an all-in from Briar or Aatrox is going to be quite good. Should allow me to win those, no problem. Yeah, after that point, it's pretty much just magic resist. And the best magic resist item for me to purchase against this team right now is definitely a Force of Nature. So that is an item I will be looking for. Because, you know, they have enough instances of magic damage, plus a burn damage mage here as well. So I'm going to take many hits of mage damage. So the Force of Nature should be procced pretty consistently, at least. And, yeah. I'll take the Rift Herald and then into the Dragon right afterwards with the respawn time of the Dragon on 30 seconds. You'll be able to do Rift Herald and just walk down. I'm just gonna ping it so my team is aware that I am doing it. Because, I mean, in this situation, like, I would expect Caitlyn to move for it, but she was just kind of standing in mid lane, so pinging it might be something that she just, like, didn't realize I was doing it. So maybe bring some awareness to the situation. I want to go for the Dragon here, obviously. Make sure that I keep getting these objectives as much as possible. I do have my ult for this fight as well. I have 149 against 100 CS and 50 CS up on this Briar as well, which is huge. 415 on my Q, just remember that. Shield myself from that. Smite it. And we just leave. Just leave, please. There's no reason to overextend for a fight here. Okay, that dude just trolled. But still, like, this is not looking good. Okay, she went on me, that's fine. I'm just gonna ult a guy out of the fight instantly. The reason I'm ulting her out instantly is because this means she poses no threat to my team whatsoever. While they're trying to escape, because she got on me on the back line. So if my team has to rock back through, that would not be good unless I ult her out. So that's why I ult her instantly. My team decided to, like, go for this fight for whatever reason, which was pretty stupid because... Oh, exhaust is good. It's pretty stupid because the enemy team just freshly came out of base, so they would have had this, like, an advantage in spending their gold. And we just got the objective as well, so there's nothing else left to fight for. So all my team really had to do was back away there, but they didn't do that, so they threw away their lead. And that's quite a good fight for the enemy team. Even though we, like, obviously we got the Dragon right, like, them not getting the Dragon but still winning, generally winning a fight there is very valuable for them. Yeah, so we're just gonna finish we're gonna work on finishing... Actually, I'll do this. I'll go for Magize this game. I feel pretty confident playing with it right now. 10% extra movement speed since I already have 10 stacks on it is quite good here. And, I mean, I can always sell this later if it ends up dropping stacks or whatever. Just a nice cheap upgrade with the money I had there. It's probably the most powerful thing I could have bought. The next two items I'll build are going to be Thorn Mail and Force of Nature, most likely as my resistance items. Those things should cover me for most of it. I could also potentially consider a Jaksho, but I think the combination of those other two items are going to be better into that enemy team right now. And then I could always still sell my Magi's at the end for a Jaksho if I need more resistances, or I could opt to go for Liandry's if I want more damage. But generally wanting more damage is not necessary. I'm gonna Ghost here. I'm gonna get the Briar out of this fight, because I think she is like the biggest threat in there. We stack up the passive. We run through their team. Boom. And we Baron. I'm not gonna... Let me just... Ah, fine. He walks around. That's fine with me too. Caitlyn did die on bot lane, but yeah. I think in that situation, like, I just went for Briar since I thought she was the highest priority target. I think she had the most kill pressure on one of my teammates, so that's why I opted for that guy. Always try to assess that for yourself in team fights. Try to go for the highest priority target that you can. Get them out of the team fight, and then, you know, stack your passive up on that guy and play afterwards. Especially if you are, like, decently ahead on Mordekaiser, you can kind of do whatever you want, because this champion will just roll over them. Because if you're decently ahead, like, with your ult advantage, you're gonna get, like, a colossal advantage. Only, like, in any given fight, even if the enemy you're ulting is also ahead. Getting this turret down would be very nice, actually. Oh, that didn't hit? Really? I'm just gonna Rift Herald here, I think. That's good damage. Just gonna bounce this into this turret to get myself this shutdown. 700 gold from that turret right there. It's absolutely beautiful. Let's clean this up. Using this next Herald going into it would be way too greedy. Renekton just recalled, so I have no teammates to back me up there. My mid lane is obviously not in great position. Vicar is half mana. These are all things I have to consider. Now, am I very strong? Yes, I am, but there's no reason to risk my 1000 gold shutdown in that situation like that. Well, I'll be massive amounts of numbers down, so it's just not worth it. I'll be taking the red buff here for my team, since this is definitely a bit of a small objective I can go take. My team, ideally, like, I mean, they probably are fine here. Caitlyn might die, actually. But, ooh. My team loses that fight, that would be kind of sad, because I'm not there. The problem right now is, like, right, we do have a massive gold lead, but most of that lead, I think, is on me at the moment. Because they're all relatively even with the enemy team. So this is definitely not something I want to see. Force of nature, yes. Build the magic resist first. And then we just play for this dragon in 30 seconds. On my way, stall. Don't engage. They need to not go in without me. Because currently I am by far the strongest member on this team, right? I'm 100 CS up on this guy, 3 levels higher than Briar. And like, my team is not that much stronger than the enemy team right now. I'll build this guy real quick. Come on, bring it on, buddy. You don't stand a chance. Rylai's procced, he's already dead. There's nothing he can do. We're just gonna go for Dragon. They can take the red buff. I'm just gonna take the Drake Soul. Caitlyn should go top lane here realistically instead of anywhere else, because if Ziggs keeps pushing, that is something that needs to be contested. You don't want to let Ziggs free push. That is pretty brutal. My magic resist starts to get going here, so that is good. I have 24 stacks on my Magi, so I'm unlikely to sell it for anything right now. If you do have this Magi stacked up all the way, then going for something like selling your boots for a Jaksho could be very worth it as well. As you're, like, instead of selling the Magi's, because you get, especially if you have Force of Nature, you get 5 to 15% movement speed out of Force of Nature. And you get a 10% for Magi's. You have Ghost, you have Blue Smite. So you can easily sell your boots for the resistances from the Jaksho, which is probably what I'm going to end up doing because I have Magi's. I don't need extra damage whatsoever, so going for like a Liandry's would not be a move. I also am more likely to build Liandry's if I am facing heavy tanks, and I am not facing those currently. It should be no problem. He is already slowed. I already have approach velocity. As you can see, there's nothing he can do. The approach velocity allows me to close that gap very, very easily. So that's why the rune is so strong. Oh, you are just dead, buddy. Sadly here, my ult is not off cooldown yet, which is a bit of a problem. That's a good planned hit. Nicely done, Rakan. Well played. If I had ult there, I could play a little bit more aggressive, but I just didn't, so I needed to be slightly careful. Okay, this is good though. I'm taking it. Actually, I don't have my Force of Nature yet. I was about to say I'm taking enough instances of magic damage for my Force of Nature to proc, but then I don't have Force of Nature yet. I guess I could do one camp here to heal myself a little bit. Wait for the next wave to show up. I do have to keep in mind this Baron spawn is gonna be like 2 minutes, so I do have to make sure that I don't die into a Baron for the enemy team, because that would be extremely bad for us. Level 16 is good. Just hit the turret. Shield myself. I think this is all we should do. Anything more than this is too greedy. Okay, well, actually Briar and Aatrox are that far up. Could have been done, but it's a little bit greedy. I'm gonna walk here so Briar doesn't get the cut off my Vigar from the backside. I don't know about that one, Vigar. She's gonna try to run backwards. There she is. I predicted that one. I walked up to her and just threw my E backwards and dragged her into me to a Q and she just died. That's what you call outbrained. They won't be able to hurt me here. This is... Come on, man. Let me at least move. Jesus Christ, Alistar. That's a good flash. Ult him. He gets to go nowhere. He's dead here. And now I need to make sure I don't get ulted onto the platform by the Alistar. That would be bad. Dead. Perfectly. Nicely done. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Well, there you go. I would have bought Force of Nature, and because I have the Magi's, I would have probably sold my boots for a Jug Show, and I would have been completely unkillable. So yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you do, make sure to like button below. Helps me out quite a bit. If you'd like to see more videos from me in the future, hit the subscribe button as well. And I'll see you guys in the endgame stats. Alright, so for the endgame stats here, I ended up doing 27.4k damage, which is the most by a good margin. Vigar actually ended up doing quite a good amount of damage, even though, you know, his early game, I guess, awareness was a bit troll. But, yeah, I guess a scaling champion is quite good still, damage-wise, not too bad. True damage at 1250. We have objective damage at 70.4k. This is obviously a big factor here, right? Making sure to have this objective control as much as possible is very, very important. So, you know, you have very good damage on it as well with Mordekaiser passive, so that's not too bad. Healing done at 20.4k, which is actually the most, more than Briar. Not bad. Damage taken, 31.3, which is also the most. Self-mitigated at another 37.4, also the most. Gold earned at a solid 15.5k, which is also the most. Oh god, there's a trend here. Conqueror healed me for 825, but the adaptive damage is a bigger factor that you currently don't see here. Triumph for 1800 HP and 440 gold. Tenacity for the CC reduction. I believe I also had a small tenacity rune, or at least I should. So I have enough tenacity to always be able to purchase steel caps pretty much. And obviously I could sell the boots for like a Jug Show or even a Liandry's if I wanted more damage. But again, as I said earlier, Liandry's is more of an item I build if I'm facing like tanky stuff. Like let's say I'm like I would go Riftmaker every game, but if I'm like not facing a bunch of squishies, because if you face a bunch of squishies, Mordekaiser's base damage, I guess you could call it, with like Riftmaker and just his kit by itself is enough to kill squishies easily. But if you're facing things like Ornn, Sejuani, you know, those types of things, very, very tanky, durable stuff on the enemy team, then having the extra burn damage from Liandry's is going to be amazing. So that would be necessary in those cases. Last stand only 103 damage in this game. Obviously, I was not really that low in most cases, so it doesn't really get procced. But even still, like, this means that 103 extra damage was done while I was, like, relatively low HP. So that means that it probably impacted at least one of my fights. Probably especially the early game one with me against LeBlanc and Briar, where the Vigar was kind of just looking at me for the most part. That one was definitely impacted by Last Stand a bit, and it almost allowed me to kill the Briar, at least. But, you know, just barely not enough. But those are the types of fights I take the Last Stand for. In some games will be more valuable than others. You can always go coup de grace for like the consistency of it. That would have probably done about 900 to 1000 damage in this game, but that is a trade-off you are making. We have magical footwear, not to have to buy boots, so you can just rush into your Rylai's and get the extra movement speed from it. And then we have approach velocity to proc with your Rylai's consistently to get the massive, like the consistent passive slow from Rylai's on your passive. And then the approach velocity means that the second that slow ever connects, the enemy team will never be able to run away from you again, because you get a consistent movement speed increase towards the targets that you are slowing with your Rylai's passive activation, and you are good. Last item here would have been Force of Nature, and then probably sell boots for Jug Show to finish out this build. But with all that being said, that was it for Mordekaiser. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I upload daily, so be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys tomorrow with another one. Bye.